Happy Thursday, you all. So, what spirit message is today? Be aware of sympathy pains. Being aware of sympathy pains, meaning someone else is going through something, and then you yourself are sensing and feeling what it is they're experiencing as your own experience. So, being aware of sympathy pains. Now, remember, whatever's going on out there, if there's any kind of a match here, it's going to trigger a response. It's going to trigger a response. And depending on how deep that correlation is how your response will be. Now, it's also coupled by all the things that we're hearing, all these ascension symptoms, which, by the way, in the medical field fall under just about every diagnosis, just so you know. And so it's becoming broader and broader and broader. So everybody feels like, oh, I must not be ascending if I'm not experiencing some type of symptom. Now, I myself do my work. I feel pretty damn strong in what it is that I do. And I'm very proud of the authenticness that comes through me, that I have the courage to sit here in front of the camera or in front of clients and other people and just say it as it comes through. But here's an example of a sympathy pain. One of my housemates was experiencing not being able to hear out of their left ear. It was clogged up. So we talked about spiritual decongesting. We talked about there's a lot of buildup in the body that just needs to come out and be released. So it's opening up and breaking through pathways that may feel like a cold or a flu or something is happening. So she went through that for a couple days, and then she went and bought some earwax drops and asked when I had a minute, could I put 10 drops in there for her? And I did, thinking nothing of it, just blessing the drops, letting them do their thing, not thinking anything of it. And 2 days later, I will take a Q-tip and just go around the rim of my ear once in a while, and I don't get wax. A huge chunk of wax came out of my right ear. Her issue was the left, and a chunk came out of my right. And the first message I got was, you were releasing wax on her behalf. And whatever sympathy pains you had, you took on and were decongesting in your own way. And so I thought, wow, we are really mirroring each other, almost to the point where it's debilitating for certain people. So many people are experiencing what appears to be like a stomach virus, but it's not. It's just weird. Some are going through massive respiratory. Some are going through the severe joint aches and pains. Some are going through mental stifling, like they just can't put one foot in front of the other. Some are going through wanting to reorganize and get things in order, but don't know where to begin. But at the same time, there's a whole bunch of us that no matter what's going on around us, no matter what planes or dust bunnies are going on, we're just in this calm purr. We're just purring and going around in a gear that just doesn't rev us up. So we feel like we're not participating, but we are participating. And the chunk of wax was a prime example of that. So, you can't unhear and unsee things, even if it's on a movie on television when it's portraying good, bad, evil, indifferences, light always fighting dark. And, if you've noticed over the last 20 years, you really begin to empathize with the dark and the characters in which they play. And so in some ways you want them to win, you know? So amongst all this theater and trickery, you're getting caught up in the middle of it because your energetic pathways pick it up. Your mental, if it's conscious enough, will try to decipher it, but if not, it goes into the storage bins where it gets triggered. And some of it could be these sympathy pains that others are experiencing. And as much as it is a tough nut or a tough pill to swallow, some people just have to go through the visceral feelings of it in order to solidify and reinforce as well as decongest to make a stronger being of you, a stronger being of me. So you can't get past the energy waves because they're in the air. I just told a friend yesterday, I said, if you think something and then you walk away from that thought, sometimes I might smack right into that thought and then I'm all up in your thought. So please stop thinking what you're thinking or change what you're thinking so I'm not getting caught up in your thought. And as much as I joke around about it, that is what Spirit has shown me for decades. And that's called doing harm. So I myself do my best to clean up my energy and take the critical eye, soften it, turn it more into love and just acceptance of who other people are and what it is that they're doing to get where they need to go, even though it might not be a way that I might do it. I'm still learning through how other people are doing it and just being in the just watch, just be the watcher as it unfolds and do my best not to take it in or to put out what somebody else has to pick up. And that's what I talk about when we go in the woods and we dump our shit. And then now the trees and the shrubs are supposed to transmute it, but they're so full that maybe when you're walking through the woods, why don't you help them transmute it and say, hey guys, I'm going to take some of that off of you and send it back to source. That's right. I'm going to take some of that off of you, send it back to source. So maybe you do that in the workplace. Maybe you do that in your family gatherings right now this holiday season. Maybe you do that when you're getting ready or seeing friends, or you're doing that in your home. It's like, you know what? I don't know if I left a bunch of my own energetic mud piles around here. Forgive me if I have. I love myself. I love y'all. I love everything. It means your bed, your plants, your walls, your hairbrushes, your toothbrush, whatever it is, your kitchen appliances. And you just say, you know what? I'm just going to take out whatever it is that I've left that could create any density or harm. And I'm just going to send it back to source with loving light. And how simple that can be. What an easy tool that takes just a few seconds. And then maybe tap into what you see, sense, and feel the next time you're in that room that you cleared out and sent it back to source. One of my elderly care people has dementia. And this person talks a lot about past stuff. And some of which you can tell he's still angry about. So I've said on many occasions, can you forgive? No, it can't. And so we're working on, when he begins to talk about these stories, and I just say, can we just forgive? Just forgive. And so far, I haven't quite gotten those words out of that person's mouth yet, but, I think we mentally get ourselves so bogged down, and with so much happening with the glitching of all things, and we ourselves in our, what we want to say, our sane mind, know technically what day it is and what time of the day it is, but we're still getting caught up and lost in those waves of just the mixing bowl of what's happening for cleansing of self, cleansing of the all. And so before we get spiraling out of control, Spirit was, be aware of sympathy pains. So ask yourself, is this mine? Okay, it's not mine, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it because something inside me has a trigger to that. I'm not sure what that is. So Spirit, if you'd like to bring that into more clarity, I'm willing to listen through the day. If you don't, then I ask forgiveness. I give myself love. I give love to all things, and whatever it is that I'm feeling, I give it love, because the love is the awareness that there's something allowing it to attach, some little magnet that's allowing it to be drawn to you. You just don't want to get it stuck there too long, if it's not for your highest good. But let it be lessons. It's the lessons of today and the moments of today that bring us into the next moment, into the next minute, to the hour, and to the completion of that day. When you lay your head on the pillow, you just say, hey, I did pretty good. Thanks. I love myself. I love myself. I love all things. I appreciate that experience. Ouch, it was painful, but it's teaching me how to be the next time that might roll around. Yeah, how I can be a better person, because I'm here to experience and grow through each experience, no matter what that is. It's just an experience, good, bad, or indifferent. So be aware of the sympathy pains that you may be experiencing. And if you want any more help on this journey, embodimentofthesoul.com. Leave me a comment down below if you'd like to have a session and start your 2024 out unraveling some of the entanglements that you might find yourself caught up in, that you just might need a second opinion about how to be a better you. All right. Much love, everybody. Please like, subscribe, and share.